It is 115 freaking degrees outside, Les. But people still are moving here to Las Vegas by the thousands. So in today's video, we're going to talk to you exactly about that. Why during June, July, August, would you say our hottest months, Les?
Absolutely.
Definitely our hot. Okay, good. Our hottest months. Why they're still moving here. Why we're still seeing it happening. So we'll talk to you about that. We'll talk to you a little bit about some stats. Still, we want to keep you guys up to date in regards to the stats that's happening here in Las Vegas. But we also want to tell you guys about a wonderful plan to help you survive during those crazy hot months. So stay tuned. We're jumping in. And I know people hear this all the time. You know, everybody says it's Vegas. It's hot. We're in a desert. Of course, it's hot. I mean, everybody talks about the heat. It's what, June, July, August, definitely our hottest time frames in that sense, Les. Yeah, and people talk about it a lot of time. But what people don't talk about, what we're going to help you guys understand today, is what's truly happening in our market during these three hot temperatures. Because what are you seeing, Les? Are people still moving here? Are properties still selling? Or what are we seeing in that sense?
Well, we're still seeing, over 2,000 sales of resale properties
Okay, good.
last month.
So still thousands and thousands of people are still coming here to the Las Vegas area. Again, like we said, people talk about the heat, but no one really talks about what's actually truly happening. We're going to jump into those numbers right now, and then we're also, after we talk about the numbers, jump into a really wonderful plan in regards to how you can handle this great market, even with the stats that we're talking about, but more importantly, handle the heat of July, June, and August here in Las Vegas. So for right now, let's jump into the stats, Les. Let's share with them what we are seeing in our real estate market. Okay, Les, let's take them through. So we are looking at the month of July.
Yes. Welcome to August, Las
Right.
Vegas. So we still sold over 2,000 single families and 541 condo townhouses.
Yep, exactly. Yep, for sure.
Viable option.
Yeah.
The median price of those sales was $480.
Right.
So here's the news. We've been tracking for the last 3 or 4 months prior to July. We were at $490.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so it's dropped a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
it's insignificant.
Right.
The thing that's significant is that our new listings that we took, over 3,300 of those, their median price of the new listings taken was $514,999. So $515, just like it was last month.
Yeah.
So what we've been seeing is that we had a $40,000 gap between the median price of the new listings taken and the median price of the units that sold.
Right.
That gap is shrinking.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Meaning, if you're a seller and you want to sell, a lot of the sellers have realized that the number that they were asking for at the beginning of their listing, it was too much.
A little high. Well, a little high.
Yeah. A little high. So they've made adjustments, and therefore you're having sales because of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally does. And I hope it makes sense to our viewers, because we really want to make sure that people understand that, like you're saying, sellers coming to the market have a different mindset. They have a different thought in regards to what they think the value of their homes are. And the reality is, buyers and people that are actually buying their homes and all those kind of great things, those people are determining between the seller and the buyer what the true reality of the value of that house is. So when they sell at that 480 number, even though the sellers may want to try and come in at 414,999, 515,000, we have that discrepancy gap that we've got to figure out, how do we meet and get to the same line and get to people buying a house and selling a house. So yeah, I totally understand that 100% in that sense.
Okay, good. The next number that we want to look at is the availability of inventory. How much inventory have we got out there?
Yeah.
So we have a 3.5 months of inventory.
Yeah.
That, folks, is not a declining market. That, folks, is a normal market.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Even though we saw a slight decline, in July of our median sales price, we're still selling homes.
Yeah.
So out of that 2,046 sales that we had, that means that, we had at least 1,000 people make a choice to do something. So 1,000 people decided to buy, 1,000 people decided to sell.
Yep. And that's still a lot of people during the heat wave, June, July, August, during our heat wave in that sense. So, and then talk to them about the days on the market, Les. What's happening in a sense of how long is it taking somebody when they come to the market right now? How long is it taking them to sell, and what's happening with them in that sense?
That's a great question.
Okay.
First, we need to say to ourselves that means, in my opinion, when we go down to the 57.4% of homes sold in the first 30 days on the market, that is sellers that priced it appropriately.
Yeah.
So depending on your time frame, if you've got time to wait and see and hang out, okay, good for you. However, if you have to be in another place or you want to be relocated, and for July, a lot of those people were probably looking to be in schools and set up before the fall school season starts. Yeah. So almost 58%, just under that. Again, when you look at the June number next to that, that's pretty much status quo, in my opinion.
Yeah, status quo, but at the same time, that's the majority of the market. We're finally seeing the majority of the market, if you will. The majority of the market is starting to come to the market with the right mindset, with the right pricing. They're able to get something moved rather quickly.
They got it right the first time.
Correct, yeah. And then still at the same time, even though 58% are doing it, we still have that large amount of people, like 42% still out there, that aren't coming to the market with the right price, that are taking some time to get things done, that are taking some time to sit on the market for a little bit of time, that's taking a little bit longer for them to get sold. So again, like Leslie was saying, it just depends on your motivation. Do you need to get moved from point A to point B faster in a particular point of time, or do you have that luxury of maybe being able to sit out there for longer than 30 days, like 42% of the market is doing right now? But if you don't want to be a part of that 42%, you want to be a part of that 58%, you got to connect with us. You got to sit down with us, do a consultation, make sure we're going over the right numbers to help you get to the right number that's going to help you be a part of that 58% selling in 30 days or less. So
yeah, because wishing, praying, and hoping that you get a number,
it's not a strategy.
It is not happening. Not in the market that we're in right now today.
Not in this hot market. So no pun intended, but not in this hot market. So with that being said, guys, that's the wonderful, boring part of it. You can slow this video down. You can go back through these numbers again, all the kind of great stuff. So our market is sorry to keep throwing these puns out here, but our market is still hot. We still are seeing 60% of those homes selling. So we're seeing transactions happening even during this crazy heat wave. Now, what we want to do is talk to you a little bit more about this heat wave. How are we surviving? What are we doing with it? How do we live here in Las Vegas when you're stepping into 115 degrees as soon as you open the doors? How does that even happen? Okay, now this heat, we had to understand this. It's not just that it's 150 degrees here, 15 degrees here in Las Vegas. It's happening everywhere, right, Les? Are we seeing that in different places?
It's happening globally, Asia, Europe.
Southern parts of Europe, all that kind of great stuff. It's happening everywhere. So, and we're feeling it the most because, news flash here, we're in a desert. So we are in a desert. So yes, you're not imagining it. No, we're not trying to play it down and say that it's not hot here. It is hot here. I mean, I get into my car, Les. I mean, I'm like, I can't touch my steering wheel. I mean, you got to be careful how you get the metal part of the seat belt. I mean, it is hot. The seat, if I'm wearing shorts when I sit down on the seat, I mean, it is hot. You've got to be very careful. You got to be strategic about how you park your car sometimes so the sun isn't coming directly into your car. Some people are still putting up those little shades, those things, in their windshields. So all of that is there. We're not trying to say it's not happening, but we just want you guys to understand this is global. We are all experiencing a huge rise in our heat in that regard. So with that being said, Les, how are we as locals surviving all of that? How do you see us surviving it?
That's a great question, and I'll just speak as to what I do.
Mhm.
So we have a neighborhood park, and it's just beautifully shaded. There's peacocks, and it's just lovely.
Mhm.
So we're at the park at 6:30 doing
Oof,
our mile walk.
good.
Yeah, there's people that are like, I just can't deal with the 6:30. Then go at 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
It's still going to be warm,
Mhm.
but it's not going to be as warm.
Right.
I do everything that I can because I'm a morning person
Mhm.
to get up and get groceries done or whatever activities that I need to do. I try to get them done first thing in the morning
Yeah.
before I even start work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So then in a sense, people are adjusting their schedules. When you are doing things like your walk, sometimes I think you would normally do it like at 7 or 8 or something like that. But now because of the heat, you're getting yourself moving a little bit earlier so you're not
Yeah,
dealing with the heat. And you have your dog. And I know for sure with a lot of people that love their dogs, this is what you definitely want to make sure you're
yeah,
watching your dogs and your animals. We don't take a lot of our dogs out in the afternoon. When we're watching the exposure of that sun, it could be very dangerous to our animals. So people are not bringing their dogs out. We're walking our dogs early in the evening,
yeah,
late in or early in the morning, late in
yeah,
the evening, whatever that
yeah,
may be. Those different types of things. People are doing their hikes early in the morning. We here in Las Vegas,
yeah.
we're world-renowned hiking at Red Rock and everywhere else. People are getting to those things earlier before that 12 o'clock. I know I live in my AC. I mean, and we know that's part of our thing. During our summer months, our utilities definitely go up because we're using our AC a little bit more. But again, it's 3 months. It's 3 months out of the 12 or that we have throughout the year. So we
Yeah,
still have those wonderful, beautiful 9 months of fantastic
yeah,
weather here. And
yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
And
fantastic and beautiful.
and there's places you can go to get out of the heat. I
Yeah.
mean, the hotels at this point, you can go rent cabanas. Go
Yes.
take your kids and go rent a cabana. You
Yep.
don't have to spend thousands of dollars. They're practically giving you the cabana,
Right. Yeah.
and then you're just having to do, your drinks and your food.
A little bit
But
of drink.
that's a great escape, and a lot of people, not just tourists, but a lot of us locals,
Yep.
we go to the hotels and get a cabana.
Enjoy the pool and all of a sudden do a little staycation and having some good
Yeah,
time there. And one of the
absolutely.
biggest yeah, and one of the biggest things too, people have to remember, yes, it's the desert, but at the same time, you got to make sure you're drinking water too. We
Oh
encourage
my
people
gosh.
always, even when you first move here to Vegas, you want to make sure you drink a lot of water. But especially now, you got to stay on top of the water because you can get heat stroke. It'll sneak up on you. You may
Oh
may
yeah.
not feel like you're thirsty, but you want to make sure you're over watering yourself. Definitely watching your kids, keeping some water in them. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. We're constantly drinking water. So keep yourself hydrated as much as you can. These may seem like they're easy things to think about or they're it's obvious, but a lot of people don't. We've seen people unfortunately fall down, burn themselves on the sidewalks here because they've been
Yes.
face
No,
down. I mean,
I
some of the
know.
tourists that
It's
come here because
yeah, they
they're
don't
having the
prep.
Vegas day,
Yeah.
and they're
Vegas,
drinking and everything else.
baby.
They're doing all of that fun stuff and they're
Yeah.
having a good time and they're drinking, then they're flat on their face, and then we've seen some people with some burns and stuff. It's
Yeah.
funny, but
We love our
it happen.
tourists, but take care. Be
Please take
careful
care of
out there.
yourself. Drink your water,
Yeah.
all that kind of good stuff. So again, so it's doable. June, July,
Yeah.
August is completely doable here. Like we said before in our stats, 2,000 people transacted in regards to real estate here in the Las Vegas area. We still have seen tons of people come here. I think my niece was here with probably 6 other family members that were the AKAs. That sorority, they were here in town. About 28,000 of those ladies came to town. They did some beautiful stuff for the
They
community.
did some
But
good
these,
work
yeah,
while they were here. They really
yeah,
did.
fantastic to have the ladies here. And my sister is a Delta, so I had a house with Deltas and AKAs. And if you know how crazy and fun that was with those 2 different sororities in my house at one time. So that was fun. But again, guys, it is doable. Vegas is
Yeah.
completely doable during
Go to
this
Mount
time.
Charleston.
Mount
Drive
Charleston.
up to Mount Charleston. Get out of the heat.
Yeah,
Drive. Go out to the lake. I
yeah,
mean, all my girls, they paddleboard.
yeah,
So, or go down to the river. The river's a little bit colder.
yeah,
So you can still do outdoor stuff
yeah.
here if you're that outdoorsy, hikey
All of it.
kind of person. You can still do it. You just have to do it smartly.
Yeah, for sure. And Les, the difference in temperature going up to Mount Charleston, because we drove up there for the day and had some lunch, 45 minutes for us, because we're a little further away from the Mount Charleston area, but it was 45 minutes, drove up there. It was 35 degrees cooler. I think we got up there, it was like 70, it was 77 degrees when we went up there. And then as we were driving down, it kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I was like, oh my gosh, it was like 100 and whatever, 15 plus degrees or something like that by the time we got back down. It was so crazy. But the difference in regards to just driving up to Mount Charleston, just like you said, beautiful option. So it's doable, guys. It's doable. So if you're still thinking
2.4 million people that live in Clark County,
yeah,
deal with it.
exactly, 100%. And think about it this way as well. During those 3 months, if you decide to go ahead and make your move during those 3 months, you have less competition because people are staying away during the heat. So for you as a buyer coming in, buying your property, you have less people looking around. You just got to keep yourself hydrated, stay in the cool places, keep yourself in front of the AC, all that kind of great stuff, and make sure you keep following us and we'll help you out when you're ready. So with that being said, guys, thank you for today. You can survive the heat. We're surviving it. And when you're ready, we look forward to helping you out here. Give us a follow. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.